Wow, wow. This is 10 o'clock talks. This is, yes, yes, yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. Wow, lots going on for me. At first, I had an upload problem. Everything froze. I had to start completely over. So you might be getting this late. Apologies. I really try to make sure everybody's viewing by 10 o'clock in some fashion. But technology can sometimes kick you into, you know where that's going. Whoa! They want me to start over. All right. That was a good laugh there. So listen, I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I was following some stuff, and recently I was in conversations with some fellows who were very well educated in a lot of law, historical papers, and so forth. This is like really where I got to go right now, and then I'll get back to how the show should kind of start. I said, so wow, maybe it is at this point. Thank you for the views. We really appreciate it. So, all right, there might be a landmine under the left's seats. In 1974, there was some things set forth pertaining to Nixon, Watergate, and all that. And of course, we know what the end result there was. But there was some law. I don't have the actual numbers, but I did talk to some people about this, and it made me kind of late tonight. And they looked into it as well. They came across it. We all directed each other. But let me get more in fact to the point here. In 1974, there was some type of resolution that passed of what's called an extension of power. And I made some notes here, so I'm going to look down for a minute. And because this is really new to me in the moment, and I want to give you everything as clear as I possibly can. This was specific to Nixon's situation, but even though Nixon left, he signed an extension of this matter over somehow, and it still sits and remains. Of course, it sits and remains in the hands up to the Supreme Court in a matter of jurisdictional procedure. This could be something really huge. It may be nothing, but it is there. And I just wonder if President Trump, and I'm sure he's well educated within his surroundings of his friends and his legal team. And it's there. And basically, this act, if, say, someone's trying to impeach you like they did with Nixon, let me put that more to a clear way. Well, Nixon didn't use this. He basically surrendered the title, and no efforts of anything were, all right, no one's seen nothing here. Do what you need to do, get out of the office, and no one's seen nothing here. But they may have forgot that this was still there. And this is coming to light now. And basically, it's a precedent, to say the least. And it could give control, the way it reads, up to 3 additional years under an acquittal. Well, Trump had 2 acquittals. Does that void what happened in the election? I don't know. What I have is some people really trying to help me get some answers and more clarity to that part. And I'm not coming on here trying to make it sound like, hey, I don't know all about this. What I do know is enough words are said, and it is there. It is there. Now, how it works exactly, I don't know. But under acquittal, let me look down here and make sure I have my notes marked in a clear fashion and that I speak clearly on this. Scholars already seem to have looked into this. So was that Trump's people? Is this a hint? I don't know. There was something about March 8th also. We know that. Everyone was saying, well, by this time, if everything fails, Trump has these rights. He very may well have a right here. That's the point of this. But again, the scholars see it as it could be as much as a 3-year to be added to his term without a constitutional crisis. Well, we are in a conspiracy under the Constitution, the guns and everything else. So we're going to talk loudly on that tonight. But I want to find out more about this. I think it was worth saying enough to it. I know we all need positivity. Again, I'm not a scholar, and you see what they're doing to us guys who do speak. More of us are getting knocked off every day. We're getting suppressed. We are here at the 10 a voice for you, and that's what I'm trying to do. I'm really trying to support you guys the best I can. I'm being signaled here. Just 1 second. Is anything important coming through the glass?
Transgenders playing in sports.
Yeah.
Mississippi already passed.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Information at any point now could walk over to here, but any interruption's a good one too. What I just learned is something that's already in the format, and it'll work out real well. So, in the Constitution, without a constitutional crisis, and the Supreme Court does have control of this, up to a 5-4 vote could allow Trump to continue. And that's the way this reads. Okay, that's all of it in a nutshell of me taking this big cluster F of everything and saying it to you. Understand one thing. I will stay on this if it means anything, and I think right now, hey, there could be a light. I don't know. I'm not no big media outlet thing. I'm a guy. I like to read. I like to find out things. It's always exciting when you find something that could be imperative to what everybody needs right now in this time. So, this all took place and was originally put into writing and was really for a specific person. That was President Nixon at the time. He wasn't acquitted, but, they did what they did and blah, 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 and they pretty much swept it under the rug, like I said, and said, you leave. But guess what? He signed this paper, and it still continues. I think a lot of people are looking into this right now. I don't know where it will go, but I will keep you up on anything that I learn. Please keep me up on anything that you may learn or come across. I don't know. Just wanted to put that out there for you this evening, and let me say welcome for Pittsburgh. Thank you for viewing. Really, I appreciate it. For Pittsburgh, from Pittsburgh, I am all of that, and just like to say howdy, and I hope you're well today. I hope that opening segment put some spirit into you. I really mean that. You know where we're at. It's not getting any easier. We got crises all over the United States, sick people coming in, our Constitution being violated, we're being laughed in our face. So, it's just terrible. Seems another light bulb went off, too. And Denzel Washington, when he speaks, people do listen. I've respected this guy. He's been great in movies. I'm a fan, a huge fan. He made a statement, enough's enough. And he sees what is going on and said goodbye to the Democratic Party. There's my point that I've been bringing up over and over and over. We have a fighting chance, even in the long outlook. Who's going to vote for these people in 4 years? I'm not. We already know that. You're not. You're watching me, and I know that. But, look, it doesn't matter who you voted for. Everyone's getting dirt kicked in their face right now. More people come out like this every day. I spoke to people last week, early part of the weekend, all saying the same thing to me. Hey, you did what you did. We're at where we're at. One way or another, with the possibility of this Nixon 1974 or not, even if we're in the long run in a battle, they're going to lose a large of their base. And it would be great if all those people joined us on this side. Keep your arms open for these people. Stay diligent to what you're doing and your thoughts. Yeah, if you got to release some funny stuff and whatnot, and I get it, that's cool. I get all my thoughts and ideas from you. Don't stop doing that. But we got to focus, expose, expose, expose. And evidently, this is why things like this occur and these laws come to light. I don't know why they came to light so late. So let's hope that this is something real that can be used. But wouldn't that be so great to have an automatic 3-year extension? Again, I don't know all the laws. You got to leave that up to the Supreme Court. Could all of this have been a blessing? And I did mention that to you. If you go back, you listen to my reviewing of what I was doing, I told you that there could have been a possible blessing. This may be it. This actually may be it, because Donald Trump exhausted everything he possibly could to get to the point of this. And the narrative was so against him. So let's continue our fight. Let's do that. Let me get to some papers here that I understand. I got a lot of this, that, and others to do tonight. And I'm going to try to run through it. I know you might be getting this late, but you'll have to all tomorrow too. And so another big Trump personality out there, a huge supporter. I'm not going to get into names right now because I don't want to spoil something that could come out of what she has planned. And let's just say she visited a little place down in Florida, immigration ICE center. And, they house children and so forth. It's really going to come out in a different way. And you're going to say, why do my children not have this? Well, first off, we can't even get the teachers to agree to go back to school. Essential people can do it everywhere, but there's other issues. And hey, I respect teachers. I don't want to lose one person on here. That's too many that may listen and you may teach. I'm totally with whatever your beliefs are, as long as your beliefs support us and our children's. Okay? Mine are grown, but we have a lot of people out there, young families with small children. They need their education. They need to get out of the house. They need to interact. They need the excitement of the world. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I never liked school. I didn't, but it seems children do today. Me, I grew up in a different time. I don't know. But if it makes them happy, let's get them happy. Let's keep them happy. This is really interesting, though. So this lady, and I have a lot of respect for her. This comes really in good information. I mean, via video, I'm telling you, it's real. And why do our children have this? The ICE Center down there in Broward County, surprise visit to them. She was allowed to go in. I'm going to give you a little bit of what she said. This is an educational resource type of center, elementary. In this complex, there's a barber shop, a hair salon, basketball, soccer, game room, lush atmospheres, 24-hour medical facility. Now, you have to understand, this is the type of facility that does house. So 24 hours in-house. It's kind of like a little hotel, elementary, so to speak. And it's the big lie that everything you're being told about cages and all these things and whatnot, and how fast this all developed really, really quick to welcome 11 million possible people coming to our side in America on an open invite, sick or not. But again, children of the world deserve better if they're lost without family. And there's a purpose here. Volleyball, library. Examples of arts on colored walls and the best of foods. And you can interact in the kitchen. These children can interact in the kitchen as well in preparations. It's all the best that we will want for our children. And we have none of that. But it's being supplied. So in supply and demand, you have to challenge the United States government. Why are we coming in second again? It's where we're at. She describes this as lush and off the wall. Off the wall. Why do our children not have this then? And I have to agree with her statement there. I really do. But it is resort like in fashion. I wanted to get that to you. I thought it was important to let you know what's really kind of like going on.
It's all free.
And it's all free. It's all free. So, your children could have this. Or should I say, your children should have this. It's not in the plans to get it there. I mean, we know the stimulus is just foiled. It's bad. It's one-sided. How do we fix this? How do we fix this? I mean, really, you see what we're up against. I guess we stay strong in the power of who we are together. And I can only say this. I commit to you a voice. Please continue to send me everything you can. I try to digest it for you and bring it back out. I really do. I don't take sides in a belief. I try to weigh it in the middle somewhere. But I do stand in my belief, and I express that to you nightly. I really do. So you can count on that part. As I said, guess what, America? You don't have this. Why do they? What's going on? What is going on? And there's some irate people when this gets out on what's going on. I mean, this is in our wish list, too. I mean, I can remember going into a school with cracks going down the wall and paint flaking in places. I went to a Catholic school. And as rich as the Catholic diocese truly was, you know, and I still go into schools and education centers. I mean, I have up to recent years in ways. I don't see any changes, not like what's being explained here, but live video, look forward to it. You're going to see what's going on behind the scenes. I don't want to say too much, but you will know the face. I guarantee you will know the face, and I was happy to be able to be a part of her share. So, my face might be getting out there a little bit. I don't know. It was nice to get that. Anyway, it's March 8th, 2021. Yeah. And we got 12 days of spring? Excuse me. For at least us up here in Pittsburgh, we're expecting some great weather. That's going to be an excitement to me. That gets my adrenaline pumping. I hope it will for you. I speak a lot on health, sugar-free, craft services. They're looking out for my diabetic self here. I hope so far I brought you some good things and some knowledge, because we need to keep track of what they're truly doing. And you see it. You see where we're at. And a lot of this is just disgusting. And what they're throwing in our face is just plain BS. It's not good. And we don't even want our children surrounded by what is to come in this agenda with them. I mean, come on. We grew up with some scruples, and we'd like to at least be able to pass that on to our children. And this stimulus, let me say this. Yeah, it's still not even 100% passed, but it's looking forward. But when you get this money, plan on being taxed back on it at a different rate, which will probably be 3 times as great. I'm telling you, it will happen. Okay. A little bit on Harry and his wife. I just have a quick comment because of some things I saw. And it's Meghan Markle, if the pronunciation's right. Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to you, Harry, or your wife. This couldn't come at a worse time in America. And I see a little bit of a lean here, possibly. Was it racism inside this castle for your family? I mean, things have changed since your mother was up there, Harry. If you're listening, and if you're not, to the public, the world, America, I don't know. But the Queen did come out in defense today, and she calls for unity. So I hope that truly can be worked out between you and your family. But we're seeing it in a different light of view. I don't know what happened. I know there's bad blood going on here. Harry is going to only have, and for his life, his mother's trust and inheritance. Is all other aspects of what I understand would be explained tonight in this Oprah interview would be that he would have no entitlements to any of the crown jewels and the riches of the Queen. And I have a real interesting story to go over on the ancestry of where she sits, who she is, and why she should even be there in that seat. But she is. Got pushed through real quick. But there's something in the tree that went, somebody did something wrong. And she really wasn't. She was an ineligible party to actually be there. And it comes out over the last few years. There's documentaries on that. They're very interesting. And I've mentioned this before. You might want to look at it. If you come across it, it doesn't take but 15, 20 minutes to check it out. It's well worth it. It's good, really educational. Back to Harry. I wish you the best, buddy. It really seems that you're up against the wall, and families can do that. I mean, my family, in ways, doesn't like what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I'm my own human being. I'm here for so long. I'm going to do what I believe in. I think they'll eventually catch on. Maybe not everyone in the family will, but, that's the way it goes. So anyway, good luck out there. I'm sure this is going to be very interesting, and I won't bring it back up because we already have a lot of he said, she said, bullshit. And let's face it, that's a lot of what this is. And it seems to have a narrative to what I picked up on. And we don't need no more of that thrown in our face right now. We're in a battle of our own. They have theirs. Maybe they'll work it out somehow. I don't know. So getting beyond that, we know about the votes. We know about all the pressure that the left wants to control the complete narrative to just shut down every aspect of the Republican Party. It seems like they're being quite successful to this point. I don't agree with it. I've heard comments out of Georgia, too, where I've watched a couple women in an interview, and they're all open for as many days possible to vote. And that's never been what the establishment was for or how it was written. We had a date to vote. You made it out or you didn't make it out. So where's your loyalty to the country? In a way, for every breath of air and the freedom of America and the Constitution and what was written into it, why do we have to bow to anybody? A rule is a rule. But, again, much of the rules have been broken, and it's not looking good for the right. It truly isn't. It's more for the cheating socialism of the country. And we know we have the DBPs up there, and that's what's going on. Frustrating, it will always be until we, stay strong, America. Stay strong. We'll figure this out. Again, keep in mind, I got like halfway through, and we had a complete lockup in the system, and we had to reboot, start everything over. So let's hope this goes through without a hitch here. You'll catch it late. Please try to view it, stick with it, and pick up anything of interest. And give me some feedback. I love feedback. I really do. All right, so officials in Poland, I spoke on this before, but it gets a little more interesting. Please fact check as much as you can on this, but it seems to be out there, and Zuckerberg won't like it. But in Poland, they set a big bar for the giant techs. They are going to impose, the number went up, a $13.5 billion penalty every time they censor or suppress the legal free speech of their country. That's exciting. You hit the man's pockets. The rest of them around him, they're not going to feed him. This could be just what we need. Strength like that, standing up for them is standing up for us in America. So again, is this something that will happen only, over there in Poland? Or if they start imposing this, will this protect us in a much larger scale? Because, we lose each other. You're knocked off for 24 hours, 48 hours, 3 days, 30 days, or you're gone. You're in complete violation of our ethics and that you make up along the way as well. Who really reads all this fine print when you're signing on? Come on. We just want to be people. Nothing could be just layman terms and, all right, we agree, we'll be cool. Maybe it would be more cool if you didn't do all that, bureaucratic, one-sided agreement stuff. So anyway, $13.5 million every time they censor your freedom of speech over there. Again, Como. Como the homo. Two more very beautiful, intelligent women now have surfaced. Inappropriate behaviors. Unbelievable. Now, bits and pieces of both sides are saying, hey, get the hell out of here. You got to resign. This is too far. Over 13,000 deaths suppressed. So there we are with that. Where's it going to go? I don't know, but I can tell you what the man's words were. You got to impeach me or I go nowhere. Again, the narrative flipped back to these women that they have always been on this certain platform of a problem. They always needed maybe attention. And please, no one sue me. I'm just telling you the way I got it. But it's true. So Como, the new homo, is got to get this guy out of there, people. People of the United States of America. We got to support really hard. If we can remove him, it is standing up for America. And that's what we need to do more of. And it's not that we haven't. We just really have to hit it where it hurts them. We got to hit them where it hurts them because they are doing it to us. So he will not step down. He will not resign. Let's impeach him. I got a lot of weird, fun things here tonight, too. But here comes another surge of what's going on in ways. Let me see how I can put this in the best way. I'm going to come back to this, and I have a reason for that. I really do. I have a reason for that. You'll see the connection. I'll let you know when it happens. Okay, so something is going on in Pittsburgh, but it's going to happen in your city too. So you are included, but we are the first most livable not city in America. I mean, we really need some new leadership here. Our city's a mess to look at. It's not that people with their hands have not built a great city. Our grandparents and great-grandparents, who sweat, bled, broke their backs to put these buildings in place and so forth and made a city livable. But these people in our leadership just aren't taking care of us. And I say it again. It's not who you know voting anymore, people. It really isn't. Get the big picture here. Change the blood. This is time for the young to get in there and take control because for me, where I'm at, that's what I need. And there's a lot on my platform in that age. And we need young blood. Somebody can get in there and has great idealisms. Anyway, for this city right now, where I'm going with this, it's all about robots. Technology. Starship Tech is now on the sidewalks in Pittsburgh. There's these little robotic machines that are going to be going around on the sidewalks and have as much right to the law of the sidewalks. That was specifically said. They're like a life-pumping, living No, they're not. But you better not disrespect these things. They'll be taking pictures of you, and oh, believe me, you'll be going to jail for shooting a robot. You know what I mean? But listen, so these robots are going to be out cutting jobs, and that's what they truly want to do, and delivering packages. And they'll be traveling the sidewalk systems as bumpy as they are. No, I mean, I can't wait to see some of these things get drop in the holes and, trip over all these. I run and I walk, and I did my two today. And I have issues with them. You can't even really walk on sidewalks. And by God, if you have a commercial zoning property and your sidewalk is, oh, they'll be up your butt, man. And expect to spend thousands and make sure you get that corrected. But anyway, so these things are going to be out there. It's the new to the future. And they're going to deliver packages through Pittsburgh. They're, of course, like an electric bike, an electric robotic system. And if you see something strange coming down the road that looks like it's got flowers built in it and so forth, I did see a few of them. This is what's going on. We're in a new age. And don't think for a minute that this won't grow. And it's a shame, but it will grow. And there'll be more job losses in ways. And to prove that, online shopping grew in the past 4 months, 6 months, 45% larger. I know we need a supply chain, but what we're doing is we're giving more strength to the circle of CEOs that now have gone into that special circle that all went vanishing to build a different type of platform into the future. It's going to affect schooling too. I guarantee you that. So, yeah, robots on the road. I hope they got horns built into them. I don't know. It's going to be funny to come across one, but I'm sure we're going to start seeing them in every city of America. This is just the primary first step in. It's going to be here in Pittsburgh. If I get any good pictures of accidents, I'll post them for you. I don't know if you can rob them. I'm talking here through the glass. Yeah, I'm getting picked up. I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work, whether they'll actually be able to open up to deliver the package. And somehow you got this long extended arm because they can't go up steps, and it goes up 100 feet to your landing, and they push the button. You have a package down here. I don't know. It's going to be weird and strange. I mean, how do you really evaluate the big picture of every aspect of delivery? Let's see. Maybe they have a plan. They'll only be utilized on the closest of inner city levelness, maybe. I can't see them on stairs. Not from the picture I saw. A lot of people have long stairs. Actually, you're right. A lot of people do have that. So, also being reported. Get this. It's very interesting. Pelosi. Nancy. Hi, Nance. Ugh. I get the creeps just saying their name now after looking at all these wonderful pictures you guys come up with. I mean, come on. I don't know anybody would ever admit that that was your grandmother. I know I wouldn't. So, being reported, though, and I don't know how this leaked out exactly. I saw it in several areas. Looks really real. Seems that she's invested well over $1 million to outside foreign stocks in the oil industry. Imagine that. Just days before no, not before the price went up. No. Before the pipeline got axed. And guess what? You better believe more people are on that crap list that did the same thing. I want you to think about this. Days before, where's the ethic? Well, there is none. We know that. And do you remember Martha Stewart? Scandal. Never really unequivocally proven, and had to serve time in jail over stocks and knowledge of stocks, or being tipped off. Better get your money out. Something's not looking good, Martha. Hey, I'm sure it's going on forever. All right, she paid her price, you know, and I will watch her shows. I don't care if she smokes weed, bakes, whatever she does with the dog and everybody else. I don't care. Let that woman live her life. But I need to use this in a narrative in a way. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Let's go back to that old term. How can you do this? I hope something more comes out of it. But again, looks like they put like $1.5 million possibly into the outside trade stocks on oils. And again, I spoke of this yesterday with Gates. Where is all his investments that were found? Light bulbs. Remember this if you listened last night. If you didn't, I'll remind everybody real quick. Exxon, Chevron, China oil companies and investments, they all follow the same trail. They plan on terminating what President Trump was establishing it for us here in America. You know, for us to have our own strength, our own supplies of goods. But they kill them here, they buy them there. That's what I'm talking about, the narrative of this stimulus and everything else. And it will cost you to take that money. It will cost you to take that money. But, you know, if we say we need it, that's their, oh man, let's go. Let's give them some breadcrumbs and they're going to rock up and pow on all this other BS that doesn't belong in the program, which we know they did. And why did they? I don't know. Are we that weak up there right now? I mean, I'm trying to do a big platform of things. I would have objected to this to my last breath. I just would have. It just makes no sense. And what they're giving makes no sense. And it angers me, and I know it angers you. This stimulus is no better than the Obamacare Act, I think. So, you know, even checks are going to go to prisoners behind the walls as well. I guess it'll be like a care package for them to get cigarettes with, or whatever they call that, when you take them in money. You know, if you had anybody you knew, you take them in money. And I get that, you know. It helps some people, some that are actually in there that are innocent, as well as the guys that aren't, and their families bring in money. I get that. I guess, you know, it may help them in ways there to have things that they normally wouldn't have behind there. But they're going to get the checks, and it'll continue that way. So it doesn't matter if you're in prison, if you're a felon, and so forth. It doesn't matter that they're helping you because truly you were working and you're in a bad way right now, and you can't count on all the unemployment. And you do get taxed after $10,400 in ways too. So look into that part on your unemployment. So there's variations to that law. Check into them. And a lot of people that do get unemployment, they check off, just take the federal tax off. But you're still going to be getting that money. Again, you're giving it right back to the state and so forth. Pieces of it anyway. So yeah, it's no better than the Obamacare. Yeah, everyone's going to have this incredible care. No, not the workers. There's too big of a gray line that everybody falls through. The minute you work, and you really do work, you fall through the line. And hey, if you really want good insurance, it's $800-900 a month. Come on. If you don't work, you stay at home, and you know where that's going. It's free. Unbelievable. The support to the working man is what President Trump has always tried to establish, the direction of how the goods and distributions of job and benefits for the American people are destroyed. They literally are goddamn destroyed, okay? So, Obamacare, stimulus. I hear bells ringing in my head. And wow, that brings me up to Wendy Bell. Wendy Bell. I hope you're doing well out there. Want to let you just know I do listen to the show on occasion. I'm not, and anyway, riding your coattails, I promise. We talk about a lot of the same things, and we I'm sure as people doing this, we can both agree to that. But I do wish you the best. It looks like, you're going to get some more time on air. I'm fighting to do that too. But hey, man, I'm a peanut to this out here in the world. So I do thank you for you viewing. Share as much as you like. Get it out there. They're taking too many of us down. We need a voice. We need voices. One's just not going to be good at this. We need several. Everybody has a technique, a different format, and a different personality, and people look for that, a connection. I'm not going to be everybody's connection, but I do appreciate you, and whatever you can do to help, it's appreciated. All right, let me just get back to this because I was really trying to keep us on good things and bad things and the best ways I could bring them on. I mean, to just come out and repetitiously sound like the old Tommy gun, I don't know. I can't just be so blind and negative. One of the other things we do know, when is law going to be law again in America within our justice departments? It's terrible, and we see direction to that. And we've seen it. Everything with President Trump really brought this all back out into the opening. And it's like when the Dems are involved, it doesn't matter if it's FBI, DOT, DOD, and I can name 10 other affiliations of law, and we do support the police. I mean, do not defund these people. Defund Washington. Getting back to the point, it seems the narrative still goes on, and as of even today, if the Dems are involved, it's like and please don't take what I'm going to say the wrong way. I have respect for everybody with impairments. But they get blind. They throw on the glasses, they get out the walking stick, they can't see where the hell they're going. They miss it all. Nothing seen here. Are you serious? You saw the impeachment trial. That in itself was proven illegal, tampered evidences. You have no power in your office? Where is that line where you do have it? Or do you fear something much more? Is your life at stake? Well, so are ours. Look what you're doing to us. Look what you're doing to us as people. We're being beat down with this bureaucratic crap. You're not an example to America in good ways. Ray, you better do something good here. You better. Because things will blow up in your face. They will. You are replaceable. Many of you are up there in these departments. Many of you are. And you have to live with yourself. And in a community around people, I don't know if I could be you, any of you guys, to do this. I don't know. I just couldn't do it. I want to get back to Pittsburgh. And again, I try to call things down the middle here. I had an overwhelming response of mail asking me about this. People of America everywhere, check this out. I mean, if you didn't hear it last night, I'll give you, what I'm about to tell you is going to be a quick rundown. Excuse me. Our great mayor of this, what was once under other leaderships a great city, it's falling apart and it's getting worse. Here's where I'm going. And I don't say that this program's bad, and it's basically funded by donations, and a lot of them. And it was his decision, the way it came out, that, and I love this. Good program. Very bad ethics. I believe it's racial in ways. I truly do. He comes out with a $500 bonus per month up to 2 years for all only black African American women. And I support that. Every one of them who is deserving, if they're working and this is your way to say you're essential, give it to every essential woman. I'm sorry. How do we correct wrongs that are occurring unless you live by something that has morals behind it? But that's Peduto in Pittsburgh. Remember that across America. Dyes his hair black, big white beard. No respect for the President of the United States. None. But again, great policy. And I think the culture that's being addressed to receive this deserve. Oh, most certainly they do. Most certainly. But did you really look at the big picture here? When I get an overwhelming feed of like 40 pieces of mail, start a protest. I would love to do all these things. Rock, brother, I hear you. One of the loudest ones I got. And he's right. He's right. How do we call it down the line, in the middle, in a positive way? In a very positive way. And I'm getting stuff right now. I'm going to get through this, and I'll do what I can for this here. Stay with me. Come on. I'm the entertainment man here. So, yeah. Does anybody feel me here? What is that doing to the rest of us out here? There's Chinese and Asian people that do the same thing with children. And they're minorities, disabled, of color, and all race that go to work. And they're a minority. And again, I repeat it. I'm not against your program. It's wonderful. You made a big mistake on how you worded this. Because it is a one-sided narrative, and you're kicking dirt in our face by doing this. And get this. Several people, and I'm going to look down to read. More than several people, I took notes. I'm not going to put the names out there because in Pittsburgh here, it seems like a lot of people lose friends over political views and family. But the truth of the matter is, they wrote to the ACLU. And I suggested that they do that. They got back to me with this. And it doesn't seem like there is any concern on their side in their office. It seems no one wants to address this issue. Well, there you go again. There you go again. Same thing. But we're small in the city of Pittsburgh here. It's free money. Maybe you can't give it out for 2 years to just one specific, I don't even want to say type. It's not right because that's not how I'm made. If it goes 6 months and it helps people, it should help all people. All women. And I'll always fight for that. And I'll fight for this too. Do you know in America still it exists that 21%, I was corrected, 21% of women are paid 21% less than men of equal job. And that needs addressed and corrected. Because especially even now, two people working, husband and wife. Wife keeps her job. She goes to work every day. She may make $6,000 less a year to somebody of a different gender. Come on, let's get past this. Pay these people, especially now. These are the narratives that need changed and repaired, not transgenderism. And that's an issue in America big time as well. In the sports. And the Levine character, the potato head that thinks with balls, that thinks, I can tell you what it's like to be a woman. You still got balls. How can you tell anybody this? You didn't even go through the process. Anyway, but they bring this so-called Rachel to Washington to tell you how you're going to bring up your children. And guess what? If you're not doing it right, someone's going to step in for you. Where are your rights now, huh? We're in a battle that's beyond a battle. All right, let me get to what I'm saying here. And this is, talk to me in the mic. I don't want Morgan Freeman. And again, this may not, when I say something like this, there's a lot of untrue facts out there. I don't know if this is real, but I'll only say what it says. Okay? Somebody could have put this together with his picture, and by looking at it, I'm identifying it that way, just so you guys out there in the back. But hey, freedom of speech and voice is this. So I'll go with that platform of what I call hey, this is my entertainment. Welcome to it. Because if I don't commit myself to entertainment, they can X me. They seem to let entertainment ride in commentary. Get my drift? Support, share. I don't want a Black History Month, is what I'm being led to believe by a statement of Morgan Freeman. Black history is American history. There is no white history month. The only way to end racism is to stop talking about it. And I pointed that out last night. I'd research and make sure that's fact-checked according to us, not according to Facebook. We all must be diligent in what we read. I share that with you, though, because there is a great point in there. Someone does stress a great point. Racism doesn't come up until someone opens their damn mouth. And that's the way it is. America, that's the way it is. We're in a fight. We got to stay strong. We got to stand for America and stand up to America and the policies and ethics that are proper with morals. And we don't have that. So anyway, this thing, I'm totally against it. I don't know where it's going. I'm appalled of it. You know, as a mayor to come on, I mean, is this to buy a vote of a certain party? Because he feels he's going to feel any other way? And that could be the real issue here. Could it be politically somewhere? I'm saying it is. I think it's political. It's got to be political. What is he looking to gain out of this? Yes, you're helping someone. Again, my hat's off to you there. How well did you and whoever that sat down and came up with this think about this? I don't know. I don't agree with it. It ticks me off here from Pittsburgh because I am in Pittsburgh. But I'm here in America for you. All right, let me get off that because it just aggravates me, and I know it aggravates you. Still the gun thing. How about you do this, people? Just a thought for the ones that can possibly do this and may already have this in mind. What's to come of stimulus? When it gets here, why don't we all go out and buy guns? Let's take all the guns off the shelf in America and spend the stimulus on that. Any thoughts? I know we need other things, but there's a point of logic here too. And I'll bet some will do it. And there's enough numbers out there by volume to the people. It's not hard. It wouldn't take much to buy out a shop full of guns. Will you get ammo? Yeah, there's ways. And there's also some people out there that's privately, able to handle that. But I'm getting fact checked. They're telling me that statement from Morgan Freeman was true. So, hey, kudos to you and Denzel Washington for standing up. That just says to me, look, it doesn't matter who you voted for. And I'm the one that's me. That's who I am. That's what I came up with. It doesn't matter who you voted for. Not this far in the game. For whatever reasons. Let's just take it from where we are right now today. What we're living in. The eyes opening. New thoughts coming out. People jumping from one side to where? To our side. Something, somehow, is working. And they're helping it work that way for us. Makes you wonder, how do you run a disaster with a disaster? I don't get it, but that's what they're doing. Their narrative is going to be a disaster. We see that in every which way, shape, and form. And that's how they run it. The outcome, it could be over here, 150 million to zero over here. Let it be what it is. We'll welcome you with open arms. And don't for a minute think we didn't tell you so. A lot of us knew really early. A lot of us saw through this. A lot of us preached it. And believe me, that's why my own family always shut me down. They don't totally agree with me on everything. They really don't. I know you're going through the same thing. And you know what? They're still my family. I got love for them. And you should for yours too. And, as far as friends losing them, I hear a lot of things on Facebook. Well, it's time to go through my friends list and, knock off some people. So if you want to make the list, okay. Not sure how to exactly do that, but, I guess it's all in good communication with even a hello, or you give them a check mark because they made a comment. You may not agree with it. But again, I think there's a whole different format of where people are going. They're not always going anymore to where their friends were from the neighborhood. They're just not doing it. It's being taken more, in a way, in the world of Trump. That's where I am. Yeah, I have some friends, who I know and know my whole life. But the number went from a huge number to it really did decrease. And here you are, accepting and welcoming me and hearing my voice. And I have something new of a family. I have a format of you, and I appreciate that. And as we are talking about more BS going across here in the world, and out of respect for somebody that does this, I got to change that 2-letter word that I use. In respect, because they did come up with that. I'm just not thinking clear when I always talk, and I try not to trample on coattails anyway. But it is exactly that still, and I think I'd be forgiven in all those matters of it. So, used to be one of our favorite rock stars out there in the world, and I talked about this just a little while ago. But some articles came out on this. I don't remember the exact reason. I think it was like some type of drunk driving, et cetera, this, that, and the other. Anyway, it was the boss, the legend, Bruce Springsteen. And, well, I guess it's who you know. All charges dropped and squashed. Because of who he was? Because of the evidence? Or because now he's doing a podcast with Obama? I don't know. You can figure that out. Because you and I would probably be paying out our butts to attorneys, having to go to classes for drunken driving. We'd have a DUI on our record. We'd be paying higher courts and, insurances. Yeah, so I don't know. I say I can pick different rock stars. Something smells here. And hey, I'm all good for a little bit of friendly politics, but not where we're at no more. Not where we're at. I mean, the world's changed. The world has changed big time. So, yeah. I want you to keep in mind what I started out with today on the Nixon 1974. If anybody has any more information to that, please send it back to me. I'll forward it to who I trust and who I work with as far as getting some information across. Because I think it's really relevant to do the best you can for people and send you out support. And I'm going to stop right here on that part. Sugar is the worst thing in the world, and not because I became a diabetic. I mean, it's a fact in a lot of ways. If for 30 days you stop milk, switch to I call it nut juice, almond milk, take a different direction. And, salads, make sure you walk, you move and whatnot. Man, 30 days is it's an easy time period. And we have anybody help me in the back? Is it 12 days to spring? I mean, it's not, I know if you're just going to start, but anyway, a big start. It's not just going to get warm in that 12-day period. We're not going to be 80 degrees. You're not going to be out there, bathing suit top and short. Well, some people may. Depends where you live. Then there's some people who are just nuts to go out and wash their car and they'll still be 45 and be dressed like that. 12 days till spring confirmed, at least for the northeast here. And next week, don't forget up here, if you are on this end of the world with us, we'll be moving forward 1 hour as well, I think on the 14th. Yeah. I like having a little bit of fun, even though I don't know where I'm going with it. And I truly mean that. I saw this in post, and I was thinking to myself, try to be a little bit more articulate for a laugh. So here, I'm going to give this a go. And you can just say, hey, that guy's nuts. He should have just kept his mouth shut. That's fine. But was the fence, in fact, put in place to stop Joe from wandering off? Or the other thing could be he was just out there wandering, looking for the marbles he lost and such. Duh. This is my truth and fact issue. It's what I do. I bet none of you knew this, though. People have been finding memos left at the White House discussion table, and they feel it's from Joe. And he's now demanding that they bring Monica Lewinsky back. I don't know what the hell that could be about, but could have just been a bad joke. Could have been. So peanuts, pickles, pizza, and hot dogs are now to be pushed by the Dems to honor Joe's new White House officials, as he will read from Nancy and Hunter's now found laptops to help the FBI, Ray, to further his conclusion on the planned January 6th attack by their own party, Joe, and more. You know I'm joking, right? I'm just having fun. And said he will get to the bottom of things. You know, that thing, that one thing, that thing. That was just a little rush of fun. So, yeah, I got on late tonight. I tried to give you some facts, told you a little bit about Pittsburgh and the changes I'd love to see here. I know you probably have a mouthful of changes you'd like to see close to you in your city, too. I do want to shout this out for anybody out there that had enough time to listen to this, and I think this is really important. This is only for Pittsburgh, and then I'll get into my closing. But there's so many small businesses up here, and I support them all. Never asked anybody for nothing. I just want to talk about you to the people. And that's really the heart of the platform. And you'll be seeing much more of that. I took a little break of it. I wanted some corrections. I thought there was needed of a little separation. Not everybody approves of where we are. And people were getting discharged over who they voted for. And we know that. And their jobs were lost over who they voted for in ways. So anyway, with that said, for anybody in Pittsburgh, local to the city, Cornerstone Restaurant is looking for employees, all positions. People, if you know me and you need a ride, I will take you there to get an application to go to work. I've said this before. Nobody ever asked me. Angela's Pizzeria, Pittsburgh. Great people. Good guy to work for. You'll get your check. Oh, these are good people. You'll work. You'll get paid. I'll take you there if you need a ride. Hit me up. If you know me, I will do that. Not many people will reach out to you that way. Do you not want to work? I don't get it. Small businesses over in the waterworks. In the plaza there. Across the river here next to Fox Chapel. You know the place. Signs up everywhere. Taco Bell's moved. They need all positions filled. They need like 30 people. People will make America strong by working and showing strength. I'm not talking to everybody out there. I don't know what's going on with the vibe in Pittsburgh. I don't know. I don't know. And I do want to get into this part of this, though. Ollie's also. Shadler Plaza. Can't hire people to even open the store by the 17th of March. Inadequate help. They can't get anybody to come in to do job interviews. Eaton Park, Rod 8, close to me. Sign still remains. It's an assistant manager's position. So you still have that. Anywhere in that mall. They're hiring. Exxon at the bottom of the hill. They're looking for an attendant. Can't find one. I don't know. Or, but people, please, there's jobs out there. No matter where I go, I'm seeing signs. There's work. Where are you? Really. Vacation over. Reality at some point, and I support you. If you have a fear, I get that. But I got to stress how much work is out there. Let me get to this one last part because I don't want to let anybody down on this. I agreed to the $15 an hour. I know, don't beat me up again, everybody. Let me explain. What I don't get is our government. And I know this is going to come up in a different type of format because it couldn't be put into the stimulus and it should have never been brought up for it. If you know anything about law and, what's going on up there. But say you make $10 an hour. All right. And, they're saying, well, we want to see everybody make 15. We know that's a downfall to what will happen to the businesses. People can't afford it. I hear everybody on that. I know it. Excuse me for that little thing. But let the government defer the difference. That's what we should fight for. There's enough waste money in the stimulus package. That's why I'm so disappointed. That could have changed women's rights and wages to equal pay. And right now, the $15 an hour could have been something set forth into the future for working people to have that. And that would have been a great stimulus. That would have been a great addendum into that stimulus package. But I understand you got to use a different format. So anybody out there coming across this, they want to put this out to somebody they know that's in Congress or whatever. And if they haven't already come up with this, and I would have to believe someone has that much sense. If I came up with it, come on. If you make 10, let them give you the other $5 an hour. There were what they called some type of heroes pay under Trump, where, he was trying to, take care of the essentials. Well, they're still going to exist. It shouldn't end. And whatever it is, and you make, even if it's 14 and you could get that extra $1 an hour, but they could max it at $15 an hour across the United States, and that's where they want to go with it. They could also afford to absorb it. There's so much in this stimulus that's just wrong. Maybe some of the money set aside, and the trillion still left from the first one. If you people would open your eyes up there, that would be the appropriate way to do this. You want it, you fund it. America's not ready for it. The businesses aren't ready for it. We have to see what really is going to become available to the public. The grants, the no penalty grants where they're don't have to be paid back. Tax deferments that you should be offering every business in America, because right now the government should come last. That's where you people are on our list. Last, that's where you should come. If you want to try to do anything good for the people, because you haven't up till this point, and not even with this slap in the face stimulus check that you think we're stupid enough to accept for as a benefit. It's not. It's not. In fact, it'll cost us to do it. And if it doesn't cost us, guess what? These trillions of dollars are going to be left on your young, your children, your grandchildren, not the people in my platform of age, but it's going to happen to the workers still building America and have to go to work and pay off that 30-year mortgage and that 7-year car loan. 7 years on a car loan now. And now they want to take it to 9 years. Cars are as much as homes in ways. People still buy homes for $60,000, $70,000, and the car's $100,000 in a lot of cases. It's unbelievable what's happened here. And you could see why Gates, Kerry, and the gang have invested largely in those areas, because they'll even pay you money to buy a car now. They will give you money up front to take their car to help you join this difficult time. That's a fact, Jack. I swear to you, it really is. So, hey, from Pittsburgh, We are the 10. This is 10 o'clock talks. I got to stop that. I don't know where it comes from in me. Look, I do the best I can for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I try to be a voice that comes off in a good way, down the middle. I want people from both sides to like what we talk about here. I know I'm not going to have all that. But it's wishful thinking. And we need a little positivity that way. I have some hellos here that came up here. So I want to say hello, Eva. How are you? Hi, Bev. Pamela. Mike Shuley. Jimmy Schmidt. Bonnie Nash. Ginger Sailor. Bart Garwood. I think we just became friends, actually. M. Trump. Kimberly Ann. Love you, girl. Want to say, hey, a special hello to my grandsons. All I have is grandsons. I don't know if they watch me or not, but I tell you what, these children are smart. I've had better conversations with these young men. They know what's going on. Blows me away. And I know your kids and grandchildren are the same way. They're not stupid to this in America. They're not. They've shared more with me. Blew me back in the chair. To me, that was the fortitude I needed to get behind here and establish a different format of what I was doing. Epstein. What do you want me to talk about Epstein for? Oh, they actually, that was part of it. We were together, and Epstein came up by then to me. And the mysterious, something that lies below. I talked about it last night. I'm not going to get into it. It's too much to talk about on that. But I want to leave you with this, too. We know who the presidents were. We know Papa Bush. We know Baby Bush. No, it's just the way it came out. Senior and junior. But the father to Papa Bush. And because it's come out in many ways to me, I'm going to get into a story with you in the future real soon about what the narrative and the Germans were and how he funded the Germans in war. True story. President of the United States father, first Papa Bush president's father, supported the German war. It's history. It's out there, and it's very interesting. We're going to talk about that. Adea, hi, Tony. Well, there's a lot of people come through. Cool. Again, sorry I'm late. This is going to hit everybody late. It's like 11:34 in Pittsburgh. Thank you again. I appreciate you. Share if you can. If you can't, I get it. I understand. Sometimes it's a little hard to put good information in the wrong people's hands. I'll just leave it like that. Some people can't be trusted. But, stay motivated, stay strong, stay healthy. Healthy. Clear mind. A lot of music. When things are bad, turn up some old music, guys, or whatever, floats your boat, gets you going, motivates you. In the meantime, I'll be back nightly. So look for me. I'll be doing postings. You can count on that. And I got welcomed into another new format tonight with lots of people. And I'm looking forward to posting with you guys. Oh, I wish I knew the name off the top of my head, but a lot goes through in a little segment. So from Pittsburgh, with spring almost upon us, thank you for listening, everybody. Hello, Pittsburgh. Hello, America. Have a great night. And remember, I always go out with this. Please don't judge me. I will never judge you.